People overcomplicate meditation. Meditation is literally that battle of bringing awareness back to your breath. And then the thoughts go, I have an exam tomorrow and I wonder if Susan's gonna sit next to me so I can cheat. Bring awareness back to the breath. Oh, my mom is in town and I didn't see him before they left. Like, am I a bad son? Bring awareness back to the breath. Then the thoughts are gonna come back. I showed up late to work 2 days in a row. Are they gonna have a red flag for me? Bring awareness back to the breath. Today, I don't know. I don't feel strong enough. Am I gonna hit that set? Am I gonna PR today with my dad? Bring awareness back to the breath. You're gonna be challenged. The chatter is gonna come out of your control. Like even the most zen, masterful yoga retreat monks of the Himalayan mountains, they still have to do this. Everyone gets distracted. Don't get discouraged if you literally continuously like get consumed by the mental chatter. As long as you come back to the breath, like people think, oh, meditation is like magic and you'll start levitating and then you'll be able to like telepathy and like move objects with your mind on some Matilda shit. But the reality is you just are non-reactive. You stop fucking up as much in life.
Eating to live, yeah, I'm living to eat. Catch me enjoying vegan recipes. Fiend for chlorophyll.
Greetings, it's your boy Gartatia, and today I'm here with a highly requested subject. We're talking about mindfulness meditation, specifically how Gartasia, me, go about my mindfulness meditation. Meditation is crucial. Meditation is a fundamental pillar of becoming a productive, successful member of society. It is the cornerstone of being someone who can actually deliver consistent value and maintain sustained fulfillment in your life. If you do not have a control over your mental, if you don't have control over your headspace, how to process thoughts, how to process emotions, if you don't have a good control over that, you run the risk of living a life of chaos, living a life of unpredictability, living a life on the edge, which is all good. However, life is already full of enough risk. Life is already full of enough unpredictability. So I believe reducing that as much as you can helps you stay sane and helps you have the mental health to tackle bigger challenges in life, which leads to more fulfillment in your life. Personally, I like to tie it to the thoughts and the distractions and the headspace, the negative feedback patterns that we often give ourselves, just the negative self-talk. I compare a lot of that to nature. We look outside, some of the most harmless animals make the most noise, right? We look at cicadas. They come out in the summertime, you hear them like, sounds like a helicopter engine, and then you look around, you don't see them. We look at crickets. They come destroy your crops, right? They all tough there, and you hear them swarm through like a blizzard, and then you look outside, and it's like this little twig, half the size of your pinky, that you can just flick away, harmless. We look at hummingbirds. They go around making all this noise, or woodpeckers pecking on the wood, and it's like you can't sleep. Then you wake up and it's like it's just this little bird that's like not even as half, a quarter, or just an even fraction of how loud they were. So why am I saying this? A lot of times our thoughts, or a lot of times the negative self-talk that we have is amplified, is magnified way bigger than it actually is. What does that mean? The importance or the relevancy in the future or even in the present of these terrible thoughts that we have that often drive us crazy, that we often make big decisions on. Usually, if you actually look at them, they're actually way less intimidating. They're actually tiny. They're actually minuscule. And the quicker you tap into this skill, which is the cornerstone of becoming your best version, which is mindfulness meditation, that is the sooner you will be set on your destiny of your crusade of becoming legendary. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first thing I like to do before I get into my meditation is, and this, you don't gotta do this, and I don't always do this, but I do like to set the vibe. So I get some incense. I might bring out some sage. I might bring out some Asian essential oils or amber or just something like that. I might put it on my clothes, or just to kind of, feel that I'm smelling something, because that does help the atmosphere. Might get some mugwort or something like that. And, just wave it around the house. Just have the fragrance floating around. That's the first thing I do. You don't got to do this, but it does help the sensory smell element. We'll talk more about that soon. The next thing I like to do is I like to sensorily deprive myself. I like to take myself into a darker room. I like to take myself into the most quiet place I can find. The way my room is located, it's not by a window, and it's deeper in the house. So I don't hear all the traffic. I'm not hearing the babies and the dogs barking and shit. And I am not exposed to, like, today's a really sunny day, and I love the sun, but with meditation, I like to be in a place where there's not too much stimulation, right? You want to cut off lights. You want to close doors. You want to just limit the amount of stimulation. If there's like a vibration, if your phone is next to you, get rid of the phone. Put it on D&D. Just get rid of distractions. The third thing I like to do is now I like to get myself slowly, gently transition into meditation posture. That looks different for different people. Personally, I like to get into cross-legged posture, and I like to keep my back relatively straight, right? I'm not arching my back like it's a twerking competition, but I'm also not, slouching like the hunchback. So find a gentle medium of that. I like to keep it kind of relaxed with my spine relatively straight, but not like putting too much pressure on the muscles where that I can almost forget that I'm, holding my body up. You kind of want to be in this sweet spot of I'm relaxed, my muscles are relaxed, but also I am also alert and awake. You don't want to get too comfortable where you're falling asleep. I've seen people swear they meditate, and then you see them actual footage of them meditating, and it's them laying on their back, and then you have no proof if they're asleep or are they meditating. I don't know. And then based on the conversation that I have with them, I can tell they're not meditating, so they're probably asleep. Don't be that guy. Also, there's people who sit down when they meditate. That's better than cross-legged, in my opinion. However, I know people who fall asleep sitting down all the time. So it's risky. I'm all about with meditation and life, take risks. But when it comes to meditation, don't take risks. If you can't do cross-legged posture, I do like a variation where my legs completely like interlock. And I can even like lift myself up because they're locked in. That takes time. Not everyone's flexible like that. Not everyone has the joint flexibility and dexterity to do that. So I 100% understand if you don't want to jump straight to that level when it's your first rodeo. However, if you can do it, really try to do it. There's something about that posture that really connects the mind and the physical experience, and it immediately pulls me into the meditation. It immediately pulls me, once you feel that discomfort of kind of being in that position, it pulls me out of my head and into my body, into the present moment, into having a focal point of the meditation, into being able to focus my attention on something. And that attention is sometimes discomfort. That attention is sometimes pain. But then when I focus on that, my mind is relieved. I'm no longer in my head. It's still bringing you out. And it'll get to a point like 2 minutes in, you won't feel the pain anymore because you'll see it was all mental. It was all a mind switch, like turning it on and off like a switch. And that moment is like almost euphoric because it's like, oh, now I have evidence of the value of mindset. Now I have evidence of how important it is to be in the right headspace and how the headspace you're in can overcome even physical discomfort. Super, super important. So, but you don't got to go into that. You can just sit into a regular cross-legged pose. You all know how to do that. I recommend that because cross-legged pose is not too comfortable where you fall asleep. It's hard to fall asleep in cross-legged pose because it's not the most comfortable thing. If you can fall asleep in cross-legged pose, you built different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hop on that. Now, after that, after I'm, in the pose, the next thing I like to do, I like to take a deep inhale, really deep. Take a deep abdominal breath from the depth of your stomach. And I like to just angle my whole body and face towards the sky, just taking that in. taking the deepest breath I can take and then slowly exhaling, even rounding out my back when I exhale, just squeezing in my stomach just to push out all that oxygen out of my body with that first deep breath. As I'm doing that, I'm closing my eyes, and you know what to do with your hands. I like to do this with my hands, just keep it there. I know some people like to do that, one in the heart, one in the stomach. What you do with your hands should just be, your hands should be relaxed. So if it takes muscle to keep if you're trying to do like this, or you're trying to do the third eye or the different mudras, that's fine if you can hold it. But my thing is like, do what is relaxed. If you're exerting your muscles too much, then you're not really meditating, because part of your brain is focused on holding that posture. And the whole point of meditation is to let go, is to release yourself to experience the five senses. And it's hard to experience the five senses when you're overemphasizing a muscle or a certain sense. That's why you want to eliminate stimulation. So you close your eyes, right? And the first thing I like to do is take a minute or two just taking in my environment, right? Really feeling my surroundings, bringing awareness to my surroundings. What does that mean? People say, oh, bring awareness to your surroundings. That means, what is the quality of the air I'm breathing in? That means, what is the quiet hum? You can hear the quiet hum of the wheels of the cars on the road outside. What else are you experiencing? You can feel the quality, the pressure of the bed or the chair or the yoga mat that's exerting on your legs or exerting on your feet. You can feel the tongue on the roof of your mouth. You can feel the hair hanging alongside your leaves. Like, you don't gotta verbalize this stuff, but don't linger on these feelings. Just acknowledge them. Acknowledge the feelings. And that's how you get out of your head and just into your body. I like to do that just for a few breaths. I don't like use numbers to count. Maybe, 10 to 20 breaths. I just take time bringing awareness to my surroundings. The next thing I like to do is I like to bring awareness to my breath. So slowly transitioning that awareness from your surroundings, slowly transition that into your breaths. Now you're paying close attention to the quality of the inhale, to the quality of the exhale. You're paying attention to how your stomach muscles are moving as you expand and bring in that beautiful, rich oxygen. You're paying attention to how your stomach muscles are contracting as you push out that air. You're paying attention to how your rib cage is expanding as you take in the air. You're paying attention to how your body is reacting to the process of breathing. You're paying attention to how you feel. Like, you're still bringing awareness to your surrounding, but now you're focusing on your breath. And you're trying your hardest to stick with the breath and stick with a certain pattern or a certain rhythm, and just really, bring awareness and focus to that. And this will be the bulk of your meditation, is just focusing on your breath. There's different meditations. There's loving kindness meditation. There's visualization meditation. There's a bunch of different meditations, but this one is my favorite because mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness, it's about being mindful at the end of the day. And guess what? This all sounds easy, but once you start doing this, you'll see, oh, Gartatia says it's easy, just bring awareness to your breath. But now I keep thinking about how I have this interview on Monday and I don't know if I'm going to get the job. Or Gartasia says, just bring awareness to my breath. But then I'm overthinking about this date I have tomorrow, and is things going to go right? Is she going to like me? Right? So the mental chatter is going to start going nuts, right? The monkey in your mind is going to be swinging off the branches, breaking dishes, and, playing freeze tag all up in your brain, acting a fool. And that's literally it. Like, people overcomplicate meditation. Literally, meditation is literally kind of that battle of bringing awareness back to your breath. It's like, and then the thoughts go, oh, Susan, I have an exam tomorrow, and I wonder if Susan's going to sit next to me so I can cheat. Bring awareness back to the breath. Let's go back to, oh, my mom is in town and I didn't see him before they left. Like, am I a bad son? Bring us back to the breath. Then thoughts are gonna come back. Oh, at work, I showed up late to work 2 days in a row. Are they gonna have a red flag for me? Are they gonna have a meeting? Bring awareness back to the breath. And thoughts gonna, oh, yeah, I was supposed to do yoga, but I skipped it. Am I gonna start losing my skills? Bring awareness back to the breath. The thoughts go, oh, the gym yesterday, I don't know. Today, I don't know. I don't feel strong enough. Am I going to hit that set? Am I going to PR today with my Bring awareness back to the breath. Every time, and you're going to be challenged. The chatter is going to come out of your control. Like, no matter how, even the most zen, masterful yoga retreat monks of the Himalayan mountains, they still have to do this. They might be better at it. They might be able to be focused for minutes or even an hour, but eventually everyone gets distracted. So don't get discouraged when you almost like can't focus on your breath. Like, don't get discouraged if you literally continuously like get consumed by the mental chatter. Don't get discouraged. That's the sign that as long as you come back to the breath, even if you come back to the breath for a split second, that's still good, because you knew that, oh, okay, even though I went down that whole tangent of thought, back to the breath. And it's a practice. It's a muscle. The mind is literally a muscle. And just like from my own experience, I was talking to my brother today, for instance, right? And things got really heated with the argument. We had a disagreement. And that's where the mindfulness comes in. And it really just comes in with that handshake. It really comes in with that alley-oop. Because there were situations where I wanted to take things to the next level. I really wanted to react, and I wanted to take things personal. You know, that point in the argument where it's like, okay, let me bring things out of context. Oh, I'm about to end his old career moment, right? A lot of times we have these moments in an argument, or we have these moments when someone's saying something. It was like, oh, I'm about to take him out, right? And then it's like, boom, here's the mindfulness kicks in. And you might you see yourself slipping up. But I had this mindfulness ultra instinct moment where I was like, oh, wait, hold on, why did I even want to go there? You start questioning yourself like, wait, the fact that I wanted to go there, but then you feel amazing because it's like, oh, shoot, I caught that. I caught that before I said that. Like, I wanted to say that, but I didn't say that. Boom. And it's like people think, oh, meditation is like magic, and you'll start levitating and like, you know, counting the sequences of pi in your head, and then you'll be able to like telepathy and like move objects with your mind on some Matilda shit. But the reality is, the superpower is you just are non-reactive. You stop fucking up as much in life, if I'm being honest. You just stop making as many mistakes. And the mistakes you do make end up being deliberate mistakes that you thought out and planned out, which I feel is okay to make those kind of mistakes. But you stop making like random, like spur of the moment, spontaneous, oh, I'm just being me, reactivity, or if you don't like me, then this is how I am, and I'll never change bullshit. You start actually like, oh, wait, let me edit that. You become an editor. You know, like you record raw footage, and then you need somebody to chop it up and edit and cut out all the pauses and cut out all the like the tangents and cut out. That's what you become when you tap into mindfulness. When you tap into meditation, you get the superpower of editing your thoughts, editing things before they come out of your mouth, editing thoughts before they turn into actions, editing thoughts before they turn into harmful words that end your career, that end your relationship, that end and disown you and disband the Discord group chat, or get you canceled, or whatever it is. And it's not to say, oh, that's inauthentic, because that means I'm being a simp, and that means that I'm not being who I really am. No, it doesn't mean that. Because it's you who's doing the editing. So how is that not being you? And the editing won't be to not hurt people. The editing will literally be, that's not even me. People think their thoughts are them. People think, oh, I had this thought that like I saw my ex and I want to run her over in this pickup truck. People think that's their thought. That's not your fucking thought. The thought came from anywhere. You could have literally watched television that day, American Horror Story, and then your thoughts could literally be playing out that scene, and then you'll look outside, see your ex, and then it's like, oh, I wanted to get hit by a pickup truck. And you think that that's your thought, and you feel guilty about that thought. But in reality, that was literally your brain. It just saw some fucked up shit on the TV, and then like the way thoughts work, and then you had that thought about your ex, But then you think it's because you're a bad person. You think because you're evil. And it's like, no, that wasn't even your thought. And the more you become mindful, the more you catch these thoughts that aren't yours before they come out. And then now you're going to have to claim them because now it came out of your mouth. Now it is yours. But the whole point is to catch them before you bring them into manifestation and bring them into your life. And the more you do that, the more you meditate, you stay consistent with this. You stay consistent with just meditating. And meditation is the one thing that I say, I miss a lot of things. I am far from perfect. I skip a day. I skip today at the gym. I miss meals sometimes. I even go weeks without talking to family and friends sometimes. That's terrible. But I even miss that. I even miss a podcast. I'll even miss a podcast as much as it hurts. I'll even miss a week of posting on the podcast. One thing I never fucking miss is a meditation. I don't miss a meditation. I show up to meditation because meditation has single-handedly had the biggest impact on my entire life. And the gains that you get from it will make people gravitate towards you, will make people want to work with you, will make people want to be around you because you're just somebody, you just have this calm about you. You'll have this feng shui about you, this glow that just attracts people to you because it's like, this person has just this confidence in themselves and it's just this poise, the way they hold themselves, that I feel comfortable, I feel safe telling this person. People will tell you things and they'll be like, listen, I've never told somebody this in my life. But they'll feel comfortable telling you because they know that you're someone who's done the work. They know you're someone who's evolved. They don't have the fear that you're going to go gossip. They don't have the fear that you need all these petty ego boosts and validation things because they know that you are someone who, you're not perfect, but you're putting in the work. And that's all people want to see is people who put in the work. Anywho, sorry for that rant at the end. But yeah, meditate daily as much as you can. It doesn't matter if you meditate 1 minute. It doesn't matter if you meditate 30 minutes. Sometimes I meditate literally for 2 minutes. When I had COVID and all I do is wanted to sleep, I got in a 2-minute meditation. And did it probably have an effect? Probably not. Would that make a difference? Probably not. But it's not about the individual instances of the habit. It's not about that 1 minute meditation or that 30-second meditation or that 30-minute meditation. It's about the tipping point. You keep doing something enough. Like people say, if I gave you a penny, right, every single hour for the rest of your life, people say, I'll never be rich, right? A penny won't make you rich. But then if you're at the 999,000th penny, right? If I give you one more penny, right? That's 1,000,000 pennies. What are you, a 10,000-aire? I don't know. But yeah, at that point you were rich, but the difference was still a penny. Just like that one meditation that you did when you wanted to do it the least, it still counts towards that count of pennies, or counts towards that count of you being rich, or counts towards that count of you reaching, and not even enlightenment, but reaching the most freedom that you can have over your thoughts and freedom from mental anguish and suffering as possible. And you reach that level only by doing the daily practices, by doing the mindfulness meditations. I hope this video helped. Watch my next video where I'm going to dissect, like completely rip apart how we project things in life and how we allow other people's projections to dictate the course of our lives. Don't miss that video. But yeah, let me know if you want more instructional videos like this. I do a lot of shit. We could go into yoga. We can go into like how to stay healthy, working out, diet. I'm just exploring, talking about more instructional things. Let me know if this video helped. But yeah, I got a lot of wisdom, that I want to share with y'all. But as always, stay hydrated, stay breathing that good ass oxygen, and most importantly, stay basic. I love you.